Okay, before we jump into the How I Create My Daily Podcast video series, there's a couple things I want you to keep in mind. Number one, remember, this was a tutorial I put together for my buddy Jeff, who's filling in for me. So if you hear me talk to one person or say the words Jeff, that's who I'm, that's why. Number two, this is a podcast that is an audio and video podcast. I create both simultaneously. I create the audio and the video at the same time, and then I extract the audio for the audio podcast and I post a video for the video podcast. This is just for the audio podcast portion, but you'll see me putting together the video podcast as well. Now, without further ado, without further ado, now let's get to it. Are we on? Okay, good. All right. So I'm just going to run you through kind of what I do every single morning, and then you can just do your own, you can, tailor it to your own experience. But basically, so the first thing I do is I go to Google Trends and I look for trending now, and I see if there's anything trending that's Trump related, because this podcast, again, is not anything other than Trump or the administration. So it's got to come, all the clips I play come from either Donald Trump or somebody who works for the White House, which would be Caroline Leavitt, Stephen Miller. It would be anyone in the administration, Marco Rubio, Scott Bessent. But if they're not an executive employee, they don't make it on the show. So, for example, Nancy Mace here showing her naked body, I would not put in there because it has nothing to do with the White House. No tax on tips. This passed. This could definitely work as long as it's a clip of Donald Trump or someone from the White House talking about no tax on tips, because that was big. Kristi Noem works for Donald Trump. She's the Homeland Security Secretary. So there's something about her. Looks like she's struggling to define habeas corpus. So we would definitely not use that because we don't want to show struggles. All right. So that kind of gives me the general idea. Then what I do is I go to X, and there's an account called Rapid Response 47. And this is literally where I get all my news. I have a plugin that allows me to download videos. I don't know if you have that, but if it's on Chrome, if you're on Chrome, it's called X Twitter Video Download 1510. And what that does is it installs this little button here that allows you to download any video on Twitter. So, for example, this is Chairwoman Lisa McClain. We're not going to use that. This is
important
President
to give
Donald
just some
Trump,
historical context.
and
So the largest mandatory savings.
That's OMB Director Russ Vought. So OMB Director, no. I'm pleased to announce Ambassador to Romania, kind of boring. Great meeting between, oh, look, the Pope's brother. I had 100. This is 100%. We're going to use that. So I leave that tab open. The Pope's brother is in the White House. I'm so excited for that guy. What else we have here? We have Gold Standard. I'm just going to go through. There's not a lot. It looks like, okay, this guy's good.
Put out a white paper. It's on our website. You can get it at the CA website on the White House website. And we found exactly what you said
yesterday. Chuck Schumer. Here we go.
One of the things and you alluded to this, the new
Kramer. Here.
Great day for the nation.
All right, so President Donald Trump.
Add this to the long and growing list.
Oh, here we go. All right, so this is SecDef, so we can download that because it's Hegseth.
Promised the American people that I would build a cutting-edge
Donald Trump talking about the Golden Dome. Great, so we'll talk about that. This was a big post yesterday, so we'll save that one in a new tab, and then we'll go back here, and we'll see if there's any other audio. Looks like it may be a slow audio. There was some audio that came out after yesterday's show about him at the talking about the big beautiful bill, which I already have, so we can replay that. He was talking about Thomas Massie. He was talking about other people, so that's good because I didn't actually play that on my show. Okay, so it looks like Brooke Wong, she's great.
Should absolutely stun every person here in this room today, everyone watching on the live stream, every media representative that's here. I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican or a Libertarian or black or white or green, it doesn't matter. This is America. You're going to put people in jail over a fence line while, by the way, at the same time.
I don't know what that is, but I like her, so we'll just pull it. Tom Homan, great. Tom Homan's a winner. Caroline Leavitt, that's the whole thing. We don't need the whole thing. So here's another Tom Homan. We'll take that. And then these just go into my download folder. Caroline Leavitt again. Here she is saying,
President Trump traveled to Capitol Hill to meet with members of the House of Representatives.
That'll be a good intro.
Absolutely.
Marco Rubio owned.
We deported
Senator Van Hollen, so that's a good one.
And I have to tell you directly
This
and
is a
personally
good one. I played that
I
yesterday.
regret
So, all right, that should give us enough. So what I'm going to do now is I go into Ecamm, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the clips in. And then once the clips are in, I can just rearrange them, figure out what the big story is, what's going to be my hook, that kind of thing. And then I'll, you know, I don't really script the show, but I kind of put it in. Oh, look, there I am again. I kind of put it in order of what I think is important. So I will do that in the next video to keep these, you know, kind of short.